Welcome to my channel. This is the last trick-or-treater. I don't know who needs to know this, but there are some things you should never do on Halloween. Like, for instance, you should never go trick-or-treating after dark. All of the parents in my neighborhood have made it clear that the kids need to be off the streets by 8 o'clock. And it's not just because they want their kids in bed early. There's actually a real reason for it. For years there was a legend that on Halloween night, right after the clock strikes 8, all of the neighborhood ghouls come out to get the remaining trick-or-treaters. It started with some missing children, and then, well, no one really knows how it started. All of the parents just agreed that once the clock struck 8, the kids needed to be inside. My mom always told me it was just a story to get me to come home. But now I am a parent myself, and I still make my kids come home by 8. It is just something you do. Well, this year, my son Riley decided to push his luck. He begged me all day to let him go out a little later, just a little later. And finally, I caved. I told him if he was home by 8:30, I wouldn't be mad. Well, he came home at 8:32, and I was so angry I took away his candy. Then I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning, and Riley was still in his Halloween costume, and he hadn't even taken off his mask. So I was like, okay, I'll play along. And I asked him, did you have fun last night? And he just stared at me and he didn't say anything. He just kept staring at me. So I took off his mask and he had this really strange look on his face. And then he looked down at his candy and he started crying. And then he told me he went to Mrs. Henderson's house and she gave him a full-size candy bar. And when he opened it, there was a note inside that said, "You're the last trick-or-treater." And then she turned off her porch light and she would answer the door and he could get her door open. And then he saw her shadow on the floor and she had these big claws. And then she started chasing him and he ran away. So I'm telling you, if you hear this, don't go trick-or-treating after dark because